The little things that make such a big difference in the way we look. Maybe things that we didn't need to worry about or use 10 years ago or 15 years ago or maybe even a year ago. Now some of these things that we may have around our house, some of these things are very affordable, we just may not think of them. We're going to talk about them today and how they can be game changers in our beauty routine, how they can help us put our best face forward. Even while we're being appreciative of aging, most of us still want to look our best. If this sounds interesting, stick with me. We're about to get right into it. I'm Mona, I'm 54, and like you, I'm getting older. And with every passing year, sometimes it seems passing days, I notice different effects of aging. And this is a pro-aging channel. We are grateful for every day, every week, every month, every year that we get. But if we can do some little things that help us feel more confident and better, most of us are all on board with that, or we wouldn't be watching a video like this. If I leave something out that you use, I want you to add it in the comments. This isn't an all-inclusive video. I only have a limited amount of time. These are some of my favorite things that I've discovered and things that have changed for me as I've gotten older. These are not things I used to do, but they're things that I have to think about now. And this is a community. This is a group of people where women help women. So let me hear from you in the comments. What am I not including? What are your game changers? We're going to start with one beauty device. I'm just getting that out of the way. Most of us don't like to talk about skincare, and this is definitely not a skincare video. However, I just want to say that beauty devices can be game changers. I am a proponent of red light therapy. If you want to know the science behind red light therapy, I'm going to put another video in the description that you can go and look at for the details around that. But basically, red light in skin therapy has been brought to us by NASA. So if it's good enough for NASA, it should be good enough for us. I know Marcia, if you're listening, she doesn't believe in red light. She said she hasn't used it up till now. Why should she use it now? But for me, it is a game changer. It's one of the most science-backed devices that we can use on the market that can really change our skin. Most of us don't want to make the investment if we don't have it, the financial investment, and we might not want to make the time investment. I thought I'd show you the light therapy mask by Amiro, because Amiro has one that is super fast. If I'm not mistaken, it's the fastest device on the market right now. And it's effective. It has 173 lights, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, 173 lights. So what I'm looking for in a mask is I'm looking for something that has a lot of lights and energy. This one has it, and it has different modes, which we're going to talk about. But let me show you the mask. I do like to show you what comes in the box. It comes nicely packaged. It comes with a mask, which is a hard shell. But this is light, guys. This is light. And it's got an innovative way to attach. It's got the safety eye protection. So if you don't like the way a mask feels, if you feel like the mask is too occlusive and smothering over your face, this one sits a little ways away from your face, and it's very lightweight and very comfortable. So we're going to talk about that. It comes with a cleansing cloth. It comes with a guide to the modes, an instruction manual. You should always see your doctor before starting any treatment or any skincare protocol, and this gives you any precaution. It also comes with a remote control, and it also comes with a separate charger. So you can take this charger, you can attach it to this device, and you can leave it charging out of the way, like inside my bedroom cabinet or inside my bathroom where it doesn't show, so it's not in the way. And then when you're ready to use your device, it's already charged. You attach it to the mask and it's charged. I like this because you don't have to keep the whole mask out and charging. You can just charge the charger, and that's a selling point for me. The other selling point is that the price range is in the middle. So this one is not too expensive. It's not the cheapest, but it's definitely not as pricey as some of them, and you're still getting 173 lights, and you can do this in 5 minutes. It's so easy to operate that I think if you don't want to spend a big financial investment, this is one to look at. If you don't like a device that is really close to your face and feels hot and smothering, you might like this one. And if you want something that's easy, 5 minutes, and you're done, this is it. So you put it on after you cleanse your face. And something else that we're getting away from in red light therapy, something they used to say is that you should always have a clean face. But lately, research is showing that you want a clean face, but then you want to apply a specific type of product. You don't want anything with oil in it that's going to block the light from penetrating your skin, but using something can enhance the way that the lights work on your skin. And they produced this Collagen Hydroglow Serum. I don't ascribe to the theory that applying collagen topically can produce more collagen, but what this does by having the collagen is super duper uber hydrate your skin, which I am a proponent of, because that's one of the tips we're going to talk about today, is hydrated skin cannot be underestimated. The more hydrated your skin, the better it looks. The other thing is that this does have a peptide in it that will make a difference in plumping and firming. It's the lysine polypeptide. Lysine polypeptide regulates neuromuscular interaction. This blocks signals between the nerves and the muscles for a smoother, firmer, wrinkle-free appearance, which reduces fine lines. Those peptides are proven by science to be effective. So I think that you can maximize the results of your LED by using this serum. Now, this doesn't come with the device. If you buy the device, you buy the collagen separately. Let's talk about the device. So we know that red light can reduce the signs of aging. It can reduce the signs of fine lines. It can reduce the signs of wrinkles. It also can do a lot of other benefits, which it also can help with acne. So this mask has 3 modes, 5 lights. So the modes are the purify mode, which is blue, red, green, yellow, and infrared light. That's suitable for oily skin, for oil control, acne-prone skin, or during acne outbreaks. Firm mode is the yellow and red and infrared light, and glow mode is red and infrared light. These are suitable for dull skin for late nights, maintaining stability for lazy skincare routines, or daily brightening and smoothing. Each mode takes only 5 minutes. You can choose which mode is right for you. So look at this design. Isn't this kind of neat? This is different from any other device like this that I've seen on the market. So it sits, I want to show you from the side how it sits, because you have some room here. So nothing is pressing up against your face. It just slides over your ears like glasses. And nothing is touching your face. So there's no claustrophobic effect, there's no uncomfortable effect. All you do is turn this on. 5 minutes. That's it. That's your only choice. So with the press of the button, you can go from the glow mode to the firm mode to the purify mode. Each time the colors are switching. And then after the 5 minutes, it automatically shuts off. So they did give me a coupon code, which I will provide for you, linked below. So I think the Amiro gives you a combination of affordability and effectiveness. So I thought it might be something you'd be interested in. It does change your skin. Let's talk about something else that's really easy, but that we don't think about. As we get older, lip lines start to form just like they form everywhere else. So when we apply our lipstick, or even when we don't wear any lipstick at all, it just doesn't look as good. We want to remember to exfoliate your lips. You can do that with your toothbrush. I like to do it with these little wispies because I carry these in my purse. These are a perfect toothbrush for on the go. If you get, that piece of broccoli in your teeth or spinach or whatever, you can get it out with this end. It has built-in toothpaste. They come in a little bag like this for on the go, but you can also use it to exfoliate your lips. Just gently, because it's kind of a plastic, right? So this is just gentle enough to get off all of those dead skin cells and help your lips absorb the product more. Then the other thing is a lip oil. This is one by City Beauty. I absolutely love this one. It is so soothing. It lasts all night. When I wake up in the morning, exfoliate once or twice a week. Apply this every night. And when you wake up, there's less chance that your lips are going to look dry. That shows your age. And it's so simple and easy to fix. While we're talking about lip, and it doesn't have to be, this is not really a product video, except the mask. I just wanted to share with you that that was both affordable and had all the lights, and that it was comfortable. Kind of checks off some of the boxes that some of the other masks on the market don't. So I thought that it was a good alternative to show you. But the rest of this is not so much about a specific product as about a type of product. So whether you're using City Lips oil or whether you're using Carmex, just hydrate your lips. I just like oils. I'm an oil fanatic. I like oil on my face. I like oil everywhere. So I like the oil, but you can get the most inexpensive lip treatment. It does not have to be expensive. It does not have to be name brand. You just want to hydrate your lips. And these wispies, these serve dual purposes. These are nice to have in your purse all the time. And with a built-in mouthwash with that little thing, you can freshen your breath on the go too. While we're talking about lips, I want to talk about a lip liner. I never used to need a lip liner. Now I need a lip liner. If I'm going to put on a lipstick, I want a lip liner. You don't, again, have to have any specific lip liner. You don't have to have an expensive lip liner. This happens to be Lisa Eldridge because I've been on my Lisa Eldridge kick lately with the new releases of her Rouge Experience lipsticks, which are lovely. And I have a video on that if you want to see it. All the colors. I have all the colors, but the one that hasn't been released, and then I didn't get Romy, which is a light mauve. But this keeps our lipstick from feathering. So I have these fine lines, which I've been working on, and they are getting better, and I have a video on what I'm finding is really working on that. The radio frequency device that I showed you from Current Body in my last video, that is helping, and one other thing. So just lining, especially your top lip before you have lip gloss on, will help keep that lipstick from bleeding out into those fine lines, and that can help us look better. So smooth lips, keeping our lipstick inside our lips. Maybelline's lifter pencils have some of the best affordable lip liners that I've used. So again, you don't have to pay a lot. Whatever lip liner works for you, but you just want to use a lip liner. The other thing is probably a little bit controversial in the sense that not everybody thinks they need it, but that is a primer. I think that no matter what skin type you have, if you're older and you have fine lines and wrinkles, that you really should consider introducing a primer underneath your foundation, unless it's like a skin tint. This really does provide a layer in between your skin and your foundation, and I talked about this in my last video, so I'm not going to go into great detail. This Vanish Airbrush Primer from Hourglass is one of my favorites. I like a thicker consistency because I feel like that is going to fill. It's going to fill in those lines and wrinkles, and it's going to help your foundation not sink into them. It's going to give you a better, smoother look. But again, I also like this one. This one is by YSL. You can see I'm almost finished this one. It's got a big bubble right there, so really there's probably only about this much left. And I will swear by this. This is the Catrice Perfector Poreless Blur Primer. So if you're not a primer lover and you're thinking, what is Mona talking about, all this primer stuff? Can it really make a difference underneath my concealer, underneath my foundation? Well, you can pick this up. You can pick it up from the Catrice store on Amazon. I'll link that below. Now, if you ever do use anything that I link from Amazon, those are affiliate links. I want to always be transparent, so you will not spend any more, but I will earn a small commission. But you can go on and get this without using my affiliate link. Same thing. It's not quite as thick as the Hourglass. They both blend in perfectly fine. They both smooth. They both blur. They both provide a base. So if you're not by nature a primer lover and you just want to give it a go, I would definitely consider trying this one. They have hydrating ones, they have gripping ones, they have all kinds of primers, but this is the one that I like. I would like one that's going to smooth. Color correcting. Some of you may not need to color correct, but I have found that as I've gotten older, color correcting has become more important. By nature, you see me I'm often on camera without makeup, and you can see that my redness is actually getting better, and I attribute that to red light therapy and consistency with red light therapy and a couple of other products that we'll talk about in another video. It is better. It has been better, but I still am prone to redness, and my favorite color corrector for redness is this Herborian CC Red Correct. This also has SPF in it. It has niacinamide, so it's soothing. My skin is often dry, sensitive, irritated. If you saw my debacle of a video on Viseart where I was trying to create a look but couldn't really create a look because my eyes, you could see in that video how red my eyes were. They were sensitive and irritated. I have the Viseart palette on today. Look at this look. no problems creating it. It is a beautiful palette. Some days my eyes are cooperative and some days they're not. That's another thing with aging that I'm just having to deal with. I don't have that remedy yet, but I'm on allergy medicine every day, twice a day actually, 2 different types. And that day I was struggling with that video and I failed to like really show off how beautiful this palette was, which is not what this video is about. But I really am probably going to take that video down and redo some looks with that palette because I'm absolutely loving it. This is the kind of look I would do with it. And anyway, color correcting. Redness and irritation, I can put this by my eyes, all the redness and irritation. And not only is it absorbing the redness, color correcting that, but it is also soothing my skin and providing a little extra SPF. And this is the only one that I find has green to counteract the redness, but doesn't leave my skin looking green, which is why I like it so much. Green is opposite of red on the color scale, so this is what you need to get rid of redness. But a lot of times you'll use a green color corrector and your skin will look green. So we don't want to go from red to looking ill because it's not any better. So this is a great one. It depends on what your issue is, what you might want to color correct. But considering color correcting in general may be good. And if you want a video all on color correcting, I've taken a color theory class and would be glad to show you that. So the other thing I color correct is underneath my eyes. Again, it's not about the product, but oftentimes as we get older, this starts to get less collagen. They start to sink in a little bit. We get some bone loss, some fat loss, some collagen loss, and it creates shadows. And the capillaries are closer to the skin because there's not as much padding in between. And so I love the Dermatology SPF 41 Luminous Eye Corrector. I have this one in fair and I have it in medium. I like it because it color corrects. Peach cancels out the blue and you can go darker to cancel out darker tones. To me, it's hydrating. It has peptides in it and I can use this on my lower, underneath my eyes. And I can also use it on my eyelids. Now, Cindy from Beyond 50 Skin, she says this settles into every line underneath her eyes. So this may not be your choice. I love it, and I'm repeat purchasing it all the time. But just any one that works for you. So I've used NYX has one. I've used, I think, one by e.l.f. There's some very inexpensive ones. I have a nice one by Charlotte Tilbury that's pricier. I have one by Tarte that's like, I think it was $25. That one I've already just have the circle around the pan with. So any color corrector, but I find that this one is nice because it's very thin. And I don't want to build up any extra texture underneath my eyes. I also color correct now on top of my lids. If you're not going to pick up something like this, you may want something like the Paint Pot by MAC. This is an eyeshadow that's very thin, that stays all day. Painterly is kind of the color of my skin, so I apply that as a base sometimes, and I find it's a good one and done shadow. It's also great as a primer for your lids to cover up veining. There's also soft ochre if you have more yellow tones in your skin. I also use this a lot, and this is by Mario. This again is just a little extra. I like it. It's very fair. It actually matches my skin tone better than Painterly. It gives you 2 creams that you can mix, and this comes in different shades, like there's light, medium, dark, so you can get darker colors than this. I have the lightest version of this, and then it gives you a powder to cover it with, and it makes eyeshadow application really good. We do get veining, and I also like to put it on the inside of my eyes because this shadows and looks dark, especially with the sinking and receding in of my eyes. So these little things are making a big difference for me. Won't go into this big because I did in the last video, but a magnifying mirror. Before I go out, I used to find this in the car. I'd find all the flaws when I'm getting ready to get out for an event, and I lower the visor and I'm just double checking. And then if you see like a little stray hair right here or right here, unless you have a razor in your glove box, there's really nothing that you can do about it at that point. And so just having a magnifying mirror before you go out, any brand, any kind you want. I have a discount on this one, but there's lots of Black Friday sales and you can get them cheap on Amazon too. Just use one and it will really help you see if you didn't blend something good, especially my eyeshadows. Blending my eyeshadows is a challenge. Sometimes I will do that dark outer V and I'll realize that it's not really blended. It'll look fine when I'm looking at my bathroom mirror, but when I go outside, I'm like, ugh. So this eliminates all of that. You can check it all, make sure everything's blended well. And if you notice that your makeup is too blotchy, it is good to have a makeup sponge, even if you like brushes. I take this Bioma Balancing Face Mist, which I swear by because it's full of ceramides, which helps restore my moisture barrier if I'm getting a little dehydrated, my skin looks a little dry. This is just what I use to dampen it. But you can dampen it with water, which is practically free. You do get a water bill, but other than that, it's free. Wet your sponge, and just, if you notice something looks cakey, it looks like it's settling, even if you used a brush, you can tap it out. Even with a heavier foundation, I can tap it out. If I notice settling underneath my eyes, this is always in my purse. I had to go get it out my purse for this video. This is Tatcha the Serum Stick, because I don't always use this when I'm getting ready. This is something that I'm going to follow up with later in the day if I'm going somewhere and I want to smooth that out. I'm going to take this stick. This lasts so long, but it is so good. And I'm just going to apply it here and here to kind of smooth those areas out. We're almost done. Stick with me. Shaving our face. It's controversial. Some people don't want to do it. Some people do. You can do it with one of these little twinkles, or is it tinkles? I always call them the wrong thing. Tinkle. It is a tinkle. So I just take little small strokes and I get all this vellus hair off. And what this does is not only does it remove all that extra hair, that peach fuzz that I get, especially right here, but it exfoliates my skin, and it does it without irritating it. After I do this, I'm just going in little small strokes like this, all the way down every couple of weeks. Our skin doesn't turn over like it used to once we age. So our skin cells can build up. So not only do we have those fine vellus baby hairs, but we also have an abundance of skin building up. So we want to make sure we're turning over that skin. Getting rid of the hairs can help our foundation lay flatter on our skin, help our products penetrate better by exfoliating. So I just think that it gives your makeup a better foundation if you use a dermaplaning tool, something like this. Just my opinion. If you disagree, it's okay to comment. Brows. I am terrible with brows. I have terrible brows. They are unruly. There's places on them where there is no hair, like right here and then right here. I mean, basically, this is just drawn in. There is no hair left there, but then it's thick right here, and then I get these long hairs. So I think at our age, I never used to have a brow pencil, but now I have to have a brow pencil, and I have to have a brow pencil with a spoolie. You can use one from e.l.f. You can use like this one that I love from Revant, which also has a Black Friday sale. It's about getting the right color, and it's about getting something that you're comfortable with and that you can use. Because doing brows is easy for some, but for people like me, it's a challenge. I'm probably a good candidate for microblading, and I really probably should look into that because I'm telling you about this, and I do my best to keep my brow hairs tame and unruly and kind of the best that I can get it, but I'm not an expert at brows. And I also don't enjoy doing brows or spending a lot of time with them. But for me, it is a necessity to, at a minimum, fill them in, the sparse areas, try to even them out. I don't try to overdraw them and fancy them up. I just don't want to call attention to them at all. I just want them to frame my face and look okay. And that, for me, is where I'm at with my skill level. But I pencil them in. I do spoolie them up because I will see all these long hairs, and that is the other thing I think we all need is these little brow scissors. So you need eyebrow pencil at our age, because I know your eyebrows, if you're my age, are probably not just bushy and beautiful. They probably have some sparse areas too. You know, we all have these thyroid issues going on. I blame it all on the thyroid. These little scissors can trim the unruly hair, so I'll have missing hair here, and then I'll have a hair that's all the way down half my face over here. So I brush them up, I trim them, and then I wax them. And I'm not looking for that laminated brow effect because I don't want to call attention to my brows. I just want them to be neat and in place. I don't want them calling attention to themselves because they look so bad. You can use any brow product that you like. I like the Patrick Ta one. The case gets so messy, but I constantly use this. When I first got it, I was like, what do I do with this? And I wasn't sure that I liked it. And then I fell in love with it because it really holds. I take my Bioma mist, I spray this, I scoop some of this up on here. It's still a little damp from this morning. Pick up a little bit, and then I just try my best to put these bad boys in place so that they're just not sticking out every which way. Which on their own, that's exactly what they'll do. Stick out every which way. And if you notice in my video, my eyes weren't always on you, I apologize. Please forgive me for that. I try to make sure that I'm always looking at you unless I'm telling you that I'm looking in a mirror. But if you've watched any of my other videos, been on my channel, I live on the water and I film facing the water, and there's some people behind my house today and I don't know what they're doing, and they've been going that way, so, and right kind of not where the camera is but kind of to the left, and they're actually on my property. So part of the water I own, part of that property is mine, and I just have been trying to figure out, while paying attention, been trying to figure out what they're doing. Still would like to know what they're doing out there in my backyard. So I think we covered everything except maybe hydration. There are so many things that I wanted to talk to you about today, but the video would get too long. And especially since I've been having those memory issues, filming and editing has been taking me so much longer because I'm really stumbling for my words. Look, I just picked up the wrong product. Hydration. We cannot overemphasize hydration on our faces. If you do nothing else, if your skin is plump, like if you don't have a skincare routine and you're not using a bunch of actives or expensive products, keeping your skin moisturized with peptides like we talked about in the product by Amiro can really help our skin look its best, just like that. Actives are going to help take care of some other problems, and I definitely recommend actives. But if you are just wanting one and done, don't want to fool with all that, at least moisturize. I really love this Cream Skin by Laneige. I'm going to tell you a secret. I wasn't a Laneige fan before this product. I had tried some other things. I know people love it. I know they love the sleep mask, all of those things. For some reason, it just wasn't my taste, right? We all have different taste. This is my little bottle, my travel bottle of this. Oh my gosh, Serapeptides, toner and moisturizer. So if you ever use like Sukiata Suhata, that toner that everybody swore by, Melissa M, all of these people used it. I think I was the only one who didn't like it. I didn't feel like it made any difference, but you got to remember, my skin is bone dry. It has not an ounce of oil naturally left in it. If I see a glimmer of it, I'm excited, but it's dry. So that didn't help me. It didn't do anything, and I tried a few bottles of it. This, instantly hydration. I prefer to put it in a spray bottle because, you know, it's hard not to lose any of this, and this is like liquid gold to me. I do not want to lose any of it. I put this on like as a first step. It is so hydrating. And then of course top it with a moisturizer and then the barrier repair mask. But it doesn't matter, whatever moisturizer works for you. I'm just saying, if you hydrate your skin, it's going to make a difference. One more thing before I go out. You might notice that my blush is a little darker today than it usually is. I'm sorry, Yvette. Yvette with Polished After 60 definitely likes a soft blush. I just did that so you could actually see the blush. Something that I'm noticing with aging is that I need smaller brushes. Both eye brushes because of my hooded eyes, and these kind of brushes. This is an e.l.f. brush, their dual-ended brush for their blonde, for their bronzer, for their blush. See how narrow this is? This helps me get that blush right where I want it, and it's not even expensive. And I think this helps me draw my face up, draw the eyes up. Everything is starting to sag and droop. So with a blush brush like this, pick yours. This is by e.l.f. and it will be linked. It's very affordable. But you can just put that blush right here. And if you kind of go up and you stick to this area, or if you do that new technique and go underneath the eye, the higher I find the blush, the better at my age, to keep everything up. So this helps me put it on more precisely. And of course, it would help me put on my contour or my bronzer more precisely too, which I think being precise in general gets harder and harder as we age. I hope that this video was helpful. I really appreciate all the time that you guys spend with me. I don't take that for granted. I want you all to keep doing your checkups, get your breast exams, get your colonoscopies, go see your doctor when you're supposed to. If you feel off, if you feel like something is not right, pay attention to those subtle clues and go get it checked. The earlier we find out about things, even when we don't want to know, the more likely we are to be able to tackle those things and keep on being here for another day. Love you all. See you in the next video. Bye.
You'll never know. She's a Mona Lisa. Everyone's not